I do not have a game plan today. I just wanted to judge this painting. So that's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna say, I hope you have your hydration. I don't. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. I'll race you. I'll race you. All right, who won? I got water. I prefer ice water, so I've got ice water. I did set up to the extent that I got clean water and paper towels. But other than that, I didn't set anything up. I think to start, I'm gonna make these eyes both a little bit bigger, or these circles. I don't like to tell people exactly what I see when I look at my paintings. Usually when I talk about them, I refer to different parts as different colors or different shapes. And that's because I really appreciate when people have or share unique perspectives. You know, things that I didn't see when I first thought of something, or when I first made it, or when I finished making it. I really love to hear people's different interpretations. So that is why I'm trying to say various shapes rather than, oh, this is the eye and these are eyelashes. You know, you see what you see. You know, it could be a fan, it could be a splash, it could be fire, it could be anything. And I really like that about art. And that's actually one of the things that we learned in my high school child development course, that you know, when a little kid comes up and shows you the art that they've made, you don't say, what is that? Or no, you don't say like, yeah, you don't ask like, what? Now I've lost my train of thought. What is it that you're not supposed to ask? You're not supposed to say, I think you're not supposed to say, what is that? Because the kid will be like, it's obvious. It's better to ask a different open-ended question, I think was the point. But it seems that over some decades now, I have lost the point. So that happens. All right. So yeah, I'm going to start with this filbert shaped brush. I'm going to go in with a green that's close to this green and a blue that's close to this blue, because I don't feel like mixing paints. So I have these little, this was like a set of like 40 paints. So I'm going to start with these so I don't have to mix anything. Like I've said before, I have larger paints, like large sizes of paint that I use all the time. So those are going to be the primary colors plus black and white. But I have, you know, this full set that includes the primary colors and secondary and tertiary colors. So if there are days that I don't feel like mixing colors, that's okay. And I'll go over it a couple times. Most of these, you know, that don't have white in it are translucent. And I don't really want you to be able to see this peach tone through these shapes. I met someone the other week who just started painting for the first time. And it was at actually my first vending opportunity. I had some stickers and mask chains and earrings. And I met someone who like just started painting for the very first time. And we had such a wonderful conversation. It was really a really special conversation to me. Particularly because I am now someone who is, you know, let's say mediumly knowledgeable, who is pursuing it as a profession, pursuing art as a profession. And when you're alone a lot, as I am, sometimes it's hard to like recontextualize myself. You know, where am I on the scale of beginner to expert? Where am I in the community? What do I have to offer the community, or the various communities that I'm part of? So it was really good to go to a masked event, a masked vending event. I got to meet other local artists, other local organizers. It was really, really great to be with people who have this care and creativity and have married the two. I think that's really just very nice. And now I have a little bit more confidence, to be honest, after that conversation where I did have knowledge to offer this person. And that felt really special because it feels important and ever more so to give back in every way that I can. How are you giving back? What are your strengths? What are your challenges? That's what I've been thinking about lately. What are my strengths and what are my challenges? What are things I need help with? What are things I can help others with? It allows me to think more contextually about what I have to offer, and who I am as a person. Where do I fit in? And not fit in like be like everybody else. Fit in like be with everybody else. I'm painting in pretty thin layers. This is acrylic paint. I'm gonna say this maybe in every video that I make. Acrylic paint water, or any paint water, except for paint water that is made with natural elements, like paint that's made from clay. Although even I think that you shouldn't really pour down the drain. Anyway, don't pour acrylic paint water down the drain. You are going to build up plastic in your pipes. It will cause you problems. You can get rid of it in a few different ways. You can put old paper towels in to soak up the water and then put those in the garbage. You can have, as I do, a receptacle where you pour the water in, you allow it to evaporate, and the sediment will fall to the bottom. That does smell bad. So if you have an outside area where you can keep that has some kind of covering so that wild animals don't get in it, I recommend that. But yeah, I know folks will try to save their used paper towels so that they can soak up that water. This green that I'm using is called Green Deep Permanent. Green Deep Permanent. It looks a lot like my phthalo green, which I intentionally didn't use for this eye, but I'm gonna find my way back to blue always. It's a pretty blue heavy color. I think I intended it to be a bit more grassy, so with a bit more yellow in it, but I'm not upset. Maybe I'll do like a final layer that's a bit lighter. I know I have this lighter green out, which is called Brilliant, what is this? Brilliant Yellow Green. I think I want to make each of the elements a little bit more three-dimensional. So I'm gonna add some depth and some light. We'll see. I've been trying to work on blending the last like year or so, because generally I don't blend. Like if you go back and look, I just posted a video talking about a series of paintings that I've done called The Elements. There's like hardly any blending. Well, there is in one of them, but well, two of them. Okay, so there's a little bit of blending, but generally I don't blend the acrylics because they're hard to blend. So I've been wanting to push myself a little bit, try some different things. Yeah, I'm really liking these a little bit bigger. That was a good choice. I did have to start this one over if you weren't here for that part of the journey. I talk about it a little bit in another one of my videos. I also started uploading these videos to YouTube, so I think it's the same username, the.multimediaartist with one A. I'm really new to that kind of these different platforms, so be gentle with me. It's not looking fancy thus far, which is honestly fine with me. I might go in with a bit of lavender. Around the cheeks to make them a little bit lighter on the outside. So wish me luck. This is blending, not my forte, but I have done it in another painting, so I feel like it is within me. So we'll just give it a go. I'm pretty sure this is that color, which is called Prism Violet. These are by Blick. Blick make art supplies. They're also a store. So this is the store brand art supplies. And does it say where they're made? Mauritius? Mauritrus? I actually don't know where that is, so I would like to look that up. But I've been kind of wanting to look out for where are things made? Where do all the things that I use come from? All right, let's mix this to a nice light lavender. Beautiful. This is definitely more paint than I need, but that's okay. I'm gonna use this domed brush, mini mop brush. And kind of like essentially stipple this color around the edge, and I'm hoping that that might look nice. So I'm going to dip it into the paint and then tap most of it off. This is going to be opaque. That I used titanium white, which is opaque. And then this violet color, which is also opaque. So I really want quite a dry brush. And I'm just going to stamp around the edge using whatever I have on there, and then I'll go in and add some more. And now because it's so light, I'm gonna kind of rub it in a little bit, work it in a bit. And then because now I have too much white on the inside, I'm gonna clean off the brush, mostly dry, and then go back in and clear some of that up. In fact, I might just be able to leave it and just go over the purple again later. So maybe I'll just do that. So I'm not going to worry too much about what it looks like on the inside. I'm just going to work on the outside. Because that'll be easier. I'm also going to kind of twist the brush as I go, so I'm not stamping like the same pattern, if you will, around the outside. That might be weird to understand, but if you're gonna paint, maybe you'll see what I'm talking about when you give it a try. So yeah, I really like that. I'm gonna go in with the darker purple again after this, but all right, I'm again dipping into the paint and then tapping most of it off. Same thing, kind of twisting the brush as I go around. And when I re-dip into it, I'm dipping into like the paint that I've already tapped off. I'm not dipping into like the big blob that I have on there that I mixed, because I just want a little bit of paint at a time. That's fine, I'm just gonna fill it in now. And then maybe I'll go in and kind of do the reverse where I put the dark on the inside and slowly build out. Basically just experimenting. Ooh, I hate when my arm makes this noise. Anytime I'm on a call or something, I'm like, do I have to say that I'm not farting? I'll just make it again 100 times. So they're like, okay, that person's definitely not farting 100 times. It must be something else going on. The brush is damp but mostly dry, and I'm going around the edge to see if I can't blend it a little more. This one I know is already dry, so it's not really going to do anything, but let's give it a go anyway. I quite like that. Lavender blush, there you go. gonna add more of this to the middle and see how I like it. Because this is, I think, even closer to the color that I originally put down in the marker drawing that I did of this. I'm gonna get that out when I'm done here. All right, what do you think? I wonder how you feel, the lighter or the darker purple. I do kind of like the way that it blended out a bit. Hydration break. I did not drink enough water today, so it's a reminder for both of us, or all of us. Now, where is that original drawing? Let's see. Yeah, here it is. This is actually much closer to this purple. So, as Bob Ross would say, happy little accidents, I guess. Yeah, I quite like that. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of shine to each of the eyes, just a little light dot. I'm using that same titanium white. I'm just gonna do half over here. I was gonna do, again, a more yellowy green, so am I gonna do that or what? Or what? I don't know. Nobody's here holding me to my word, so I could just whatever. That's really silly. For dot work, when I really want it to be a proper circle, I use... Oh, where is it? It's usually right here. Might I have been playing with it? I have a dotting tool that oh, it is here, that I use. It is really for nails. It's just got a little bulb on the end, but you can use a toothpick or a chopstick or whatever you want. I like this. Ooh, I didn't mix enough of that. Okay. And also, I actually think I want a bigger dot, so maybe I'm not gonna use... Maybe I'm not gonna use that dotting tool. But usually I do. I really like the dots that I get with that. But I can also use like the back of a paintbrush. That also works. Did not mix enough of this. Better. I'll usually, after I dip it, do like a couple practice dots. See, that wasn't very precise. This is not working well. I'll just like, you can't see me, but I'm like looking around my desk. I'm like, what can I use that's just around me? Maybe I'll try a different brush. I think maybe I'll just paint it and just let it be imprecise if it's gonna be imprecise. So I'm gonna take one of my tiny brushes. Where are you? Where are you, little brush? This one, it's pretty small at the tip. And I guess I'm just gonna get a more organic looking shape because that's just what's gonna be. I'm gonna do the green in like the same spot on this circle next to it. It's kind of at 7 o'clock. I really like that. I really like that. And I'm really liking the lavender cheek, the lavender circles. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more. So I can kind of see through it in some parts that I don't want to see through it. I want it to be most opaque at the center and only blend out just at the edge. Be careful when you rest your hand on your canvas. It's better to learn how to paint on an easel and then actually paint on an easel. I did learn how to paint on an easel, but I don't often use my easel. I really only use it when I really, really have to. Like when a canvas is too big to put on my desk. Then I've got to paint, you know, vertically. Yeah, I'm really liking that. I think I'm gonna go in and do something with the eyebrows. I think I'm already irritated. I'm irritated because I know what I want to do and it's gonna be difficult. And so I'm irritated. I was already irritated when I did those pink semicircles. But now I want to do a highlight underneath. I want to do a stark white underneath and then blend that down. Oh my gosh, that's going to be really annoying. So am I going to actually do that, or am I going to bring the white all the way down and then paint this whole thing in white? I think that is going to be too close to clown. All right. What kind of time are we looking at? How much time have we gone? All right, we got 30 minutes. 30 minutes on the clock. So I'm going to give it a go. I feel like I don't want to do this, but I want to do it, you know? I want it done, but I don't want to do it. Okay. Let's just go. Like, maybe I'll start with a liner brush mixing in a little water so it's a bit thinner for the liner brush. I could use a mixing medium. I'm not. Water is my mixing medium today. Now, should I use a smaller one? This is gonna be so tedious. All right, I'm just gonna do it. Try to breathe when you paint. Try to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Even though I was holding my breath. I'll probably do a couple layers of this. Just because since I thinned it out, it's not going to be as opaque. So I'll just give it a couple of seconds and it will dry down, because this is a really thin layer that's a lot of water. So because it's so dry where I am right now, it's going to dry very quickly. Yeah, so dry. Please drink your water. Take a drink before I try to do the next attempt. Okay. I think you're supposed to move on the exhale. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Like, take a deep breath in and then move on the exhale. Not bad. Not too freaking bad. I did successfully make the eyebrows a bit thinner. That was one of the goals with doing this underbrow highlight, which is great. I'm really pleased about that. I think I'm going to do a little highlight on the lip down here and up here with the same purple that's on the cheeks. Yeah, I think these highlights just add a lot of life to a formerly flat work. I don't know how I'm going to blend that white down, I'll tell you that much. I don't know. There is a painter whose work I've been enjoying on Instagram. Their handle is Small White Monster. And I really, really like their work. I really like their work. They have also just incredible process videos. They're like very well edited. And I aspire to have such clean editing work. I mean, do I even aspire? I haven't even thought about video editing. That's not really my wheelhouse. All right. I think this is actually a good place to stop for today. I'm not going to worry about blending that white down right now, if at all, because I kind of like it a bit stark. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, for being here. If you enjoyed this, I'm so glad. I have no ask of you but to keep enjoying whatever I make, and be welcome to share your thoughts. I'm open to opinions. I'm open to your opinions if you like what I'm doing. If you don't like it, just keep watching with your mouth shut. Thank you. Bye-bye.